The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Sewagude Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m., Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi, welcome to The Political Dice.
It's
controversial,
purely political,
well researced,
accurate and global.
Oyagala bya parliament oba council.
Yes, State House oba ghetto.
Ani ayuga ku ground.
Hey Teddy, have you noticed how little attention science and health issues get in the media?
Totally, Edgar, yet science information is very important.
Yeah, for sure. That's why the Health Journalists Network is here.
How can they help?
They are a group of journalists dedicated to advancing public understanding of healthcare issues through impactful reporting on health and science.
Oh, really?
Yes, they meet up every month with scientists and researchers, policymakers, and activists at the science media cafes. They then relay what they discuss to the public.
Does that benefit us?
Oh yes, very much so. This helps with health and science literacy for a healthy Ugandan society.
Okay. I love getting informed about science and health issues. Health information makes all the difference between life and death. I'll look them up and engage them.
That's great. They are based all over the country.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, and they should be making real impact.
They are empowering health communities through journalism. Journalists can save lives just like doctors.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Morning and welcome to this edition of the Mighty Drive Show. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. On this 18th day of November, the year is 2024. Uganda has officially qualified for the AFCON. We have that and much more in this edition of the Mighty Drive Show right here on Digitalk TV. Thank you so much for streaming in as we bring you conversations that we believe are going to redefine and shape how Uganda continues to manifest. And of course, we're streaming live from Digitalk House, that is in Makindye division right here in Kampala district, where we are set base, or we touch base, or we set our headquarters to make sure that we serve you each and every morning and evening. We're always here every day trying to serve you with factual information that will not only make you an informed citizen, but it will also help you to make an informed decision at the end of the day. We are always here from 8 to 10 a.m. trying to have a conversation with you every Monday to Friday throughout the week. We are here talking to you, but this is not the only show that you watch on Digitalk TV. We have a couple of shows, and of course we are preparing more and more for you. We have the hotline show. It happens every Monday in the evening starting from 7 to 9. And then we have the Health Hub starting on Tuesday at 4 p.m. We have the Afro-Caribbean link. That one is on Wednesday in the evening. We have the Voltage show happening on Thursday, particularly in Luganda, starting from 7 to 9 p.m. in the evening. Then we have the Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije right there on Friday at 12 midday to 2 p.m. We're always here with him. Then on the weekend, we return with exciting episodes of the Snap Talk Show, hosted by your one and only truly Teddy Tenjo Nabukeda right there. And those are not the only shows that we have. We continue to brainstorm, to have shows that will help you make an informed decision at the end of the day. Don't even forget Face the Nation. It also happens every Friday from 5 p.m. right here on Digitalk TV. So a lot of things are in store for you. So what you have to do is, one, continue watching Digitalk TV from where we start every day, and of course you'll be able to keep yourself informed at the end of the day. I also want to commend and thank the people who watch us from the diaspora. If you watch us from as far as Dubai, Middle East, people are in the United States watching us. We have people in Europe, countries like Germany. Thank you so much for tuning in every particular day. Allow me to delve into the conversations of some of the things that are happening in the society today, and of course in Uganda and across the globe. Remember, every Monday we are always having Bigirwa Moses from the National Unity Platform. He's always here with us to touch base and have a conversation on what is happening in his Eastern Revolutionary Platform, an entity that this gentleman believes is going to redefine how politics is played in this country, Uganda. And of course, he's trying to empower regions or people from various areas of the country to base in their home areas to advocate for a better Uganda. He believes that if people go back to their traditional heritages, to their traditional countries, tribes, they can be able to empower themselves to not only take power, but also have a voice in how power is equitably shared in Uganda today. So we're going to be having a conversation with that gentleman at just 10 minutes past the top of the hour of 8. You're still watching Digitalk TV. Allow me to delve into the conversation of some of the things that have been happening across the country. I'll start off in Kisoro district, where the woman district member of parliament election has already been underway. Now, in this particular race, there are more than 6 women who are vying for that particular position to be the MPs elect for Kisoro district. Now, among them, the lady who was able to come off champion is Grace Ngabirano, an independent who was able to claim 50,459 votes in that particular entity. And of course, the second was the NRM candidate, Rose Kavajeni, who got 44,982 votes of the entire votes casted on the night. The National Unity Platform, Sultana Zubedi Salim came in third with 903 votes casted to her name. Congratulations to that. Then we also have UPC, Uganda People's Congress, Mebo Ingabire was able to claim herself 362 votes. Then in the 5th position was the member from the FDC, that is Juliet Musanasi. She got herself 193 votes casted to her name. Then last but definitely not least is a lady called Aisha Chimpaye, who was able to claim 157 votes. So that is how the results unfolded in Kisoro district as they went down to the polls to vote for the lady that is going to be leading them for 1 year. Remember, as we're speaking right now, it's only 1 year that the members of parliament and the president himself have to the end of their tenure that Ugandans entrusted with them in the year 2021. So congratulations to the winners. And of course, we want to also commend some of the players who are in there. NRM was able to claim themselves 44,000 votes. That's in an average or a normal poll. These votes are enough to take someone to parliament. So we want to commend NRM and of course congratulate the winner, that is Grace Ngabirano. She is the new member of parliament elect for the constituency of Kisoro district. That is the new woman member of parliament for that particular district. Allow me to delve into another conversation at just 13 minutes past the top of the hour. You're still watching Digitalk TV, and my name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Now, we delve into another conversation of the Conference of Parties, COP29, that is happening in Baku, that is in Azerbaijan. Now, this particular conference, as you hear, it's a conference of parties, or a conference of nations that come together to talk about the climate change catastrophe that is happening in our time. Now, you know very well that as we continue to live on this earth, it continues to be polluted by ourselves, but also the ecosystem that we live in. Now, countries have vied to always meet to make sure that we address the issues of climate change that are happening in our country and our community today. Now, many countries, and Uganda inclusive, are meeting in Baku, Azerbaijan, to touch base on some of these particular issues. Among the forefront is an issue of equitable, remittances, especially, or equitable contributions to the biggest emitters. What do I mean when I say this? There are countries which have been industrialized that have polluted this environment that we live in more than others. We have countries that live on an industrialized global scale, that have cut down trees on a large scale, that have affected the climate change, or exacerbated the climate change catastrophe in the country today. So these particular countries are mandated to pay more for damages caused than the countries that are less emitters. For example, a country like Uganda is a less emitter. It's not too much, industrialized, and we have not cut our green cover for over time. So when you look at our industrial activities, they do not really affect the atmosphere in a larger scale as compared to global emitters like the United States. So the United States of America, in such a scenario, would be supposed, or are supposed, to pay more money in terms of damages caused by climate change to Uganda necessarily. So in that particular regard, and that is one of the biggest issues that have been highlighted in COP29. Now, the other issue is how best can countries raise money that is going to address the climate change catastrophe of our time. So some of those issues are some of the issues that we've been touching base on. Last year, at the Conference of Parties, we had many dignitaries from Uganda, but this time round, we have good news. Not many people were there. Only saw Ambassador Adonia Ayebare being at the forefront of this particular campaign by Uganda. So we wait to see what exactly is going to be happening in that particular race, and of course that particular conversation. Every year we are always having the COP29. The irony in this year's COP29 is that it is in Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is a country that mainly focuses on fuel, or its resources come from fuel, and of course you know how fuel is got by drilling the Earth's surface, which can lead to climate change. So the irony is, how can we be talking about climate change, yet we are in a country that is one of the biggest, or affecting the climate change in a negative realm or manner. Next year, the COP29 shall return again, but this time around it will be in Brasilia, that is the capital city of Brazil. We wait to see what shall happen next year in the COP29. Now, let me delve into another conversation in Uganda here. A school in Kiwanyi sub-county, that is in Enamutumba district, a school known as Irondo Primary School, is facing a challenge, or a catastrophe of toilets in that particular area. Now, this school has more than 1,400 students, and all these students, plus teachers, plus the communities, are all using the same latrine for easing purposes. Now, this is not only going to lead to health issues like cholera and, of course, diseases that are affiliated to poor hygiene, but it also continues to expose the community to these particular challenges. The other issue is that some of these teachers, due to privacy concerns, have resorted to using the neighbors' toilets. And remember, there are not many people that have built themselves latrines or lavatories that can help in this particular issue. Now, the school has more than 700 boys and 700 girls, but all of them are using these mega facilities to ease themselves. Some of the students have had to go to toilets in intervals, according to the headmaster of Irondo Primary School. Some of these students are going in intervals, so you have to first go for easing yourself at 10. That is during break time. In fact, they don't even have to go at the school itself because the facilities are few. They are sent back home to go and ease themselves and are supposed to return back at 11 a.m. to have lectures or classes continue. This is very, very sad to hear that is happening in Uganda at a time such as this one. Some students, alternatively, instead of going back home, have resorted to using nearby bushes to ease themselves because of these particular challenges. We appeal to the government to go to Enamutumba district and try to help these young people who are from Irondo Primary School, and they are continuing to face such challenges. Then there is a survey that has been done in this country that is showing many non-government organizations are continuing to shrink down or actually even get out of business due to various challenges. The biggest challenge is a challenge of funding that is associated to organizations, and many organizations are not able to get themselves funding. According to a survey in 2012, we had over 1,500 non-government organizations, NGOs. As we speak tonight or today, we only have 5,000, not more than 5,000 NGOs that are actively operating or working in Uganda. Now, remember, non-government organizations mainly help in making Uganda a better place by helping people in their communities, by starting up initiatives that are going to create a better country for the people. But if these particular non-government organizations are continuing to shrink by the day, what does that mean to the ecosystem of Uganda? Remember, some non-government organizations were closed due to what the government called interference or funding from foreign agents. How true were these particular assertions and claims? We're yet to confirm them nor deny them, but that is what is happening in the country. And of course, as we come to the end of this conversation, at just 20 minutes past the top of the hour of 8, you're still watching Digital TV, and this is the Mighty Drive Show. I will conclude this particular news bulletin with a story that is coming in from Makindye East constituency. According to a study, and of course private study by some individuals, this particular constituency is an interesting one. In a space of a couple of terms, they have changed many members of parliament. According to the nature of the politics today, there are not many constituencies that after one term change their leaders or members of parliament. Now, Makindye East, according to a study made, it doesn't look like Honorable Nyeko Derrick, their legislator and leader in parliament now, and representative in parliament today, is doing an effective job. Many believe that according to the changes that are happening in not only in society but in the country generally, Nyeko Derrick may not return to the August House. Now, I'll give you a list of members of parliament that have represented this particular constituency and have been changed over time. I'll start with Honorable Simbwa. Honorable Simbwa was an NRM member of parliament, but from Makindye East, who was sent out. Then we also had Mike Mabike. Mike Mabike was also one of the earlier members of parliament for Makindye East, but was also bounced out. Then we had Ibrahim Kasozi, who was from FDC. This gentleman was also bounced out, and of course, for him to come, Nyeko Derrick, they first bounced Honorable Kasozi Ibrahim. So the question ultimately is, will Nyeko Derrick survive this particular, this particular situation or this particular unfolding? Will they or will he be able to succumb to the pressure, or will he bounce back to Parliament like many members of Parliament continue to do? And maybe lastly, congratulations to Uganda for going back to the AFCON. It's not very easy that you find Uganda going back to the AFCON, but it is back in the AFCON after a couple of years, not like 5 years, yes, a couple of years we have not been at the AFCON. The last time we were there, was in 2019, and these young people were not even able to leave the group stages. Shall they do something different this time round? We don't know. We hope for the best. Let's wait for Morocco. That is in December 2025. We shall be watching the AFCON, and we'll be informing you about what is happening in that particular entity. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. It's now time we take a break. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, just 23 minutes past the top of the hour. This is the Mighty Drive Show. We take a break. When we come back, I'll be joined by a gentleman from the Eastern Revolutionary Platform. His name is Bigirwa Moses, and of course, he is from Kamuli. Let's take a break now.